Hi guys, today is going to be the first video of my basics, which is going to be a new series that I'm doing. It's going to kind of explain the basics of makeup in depth for each little thing. So if you're new at makeup, it'll help explain a lot of terms that you'll hear often or maybe you didn't completely understand. And if you're good at makeup and just interested in a brush up course, or there's like one thing you didn't understand, this will help explain it. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be concealer. Which you use to cover up imperfections in the skin, from acne scars, blemishes, dark circles, bruising, any kind of skin imperfection, concealer will cover up. So the first thing I'm going to show you is I have a couple of different varieties here, not very many, but just enough to kind of give you an idea. The first one is a Physicians Formula one, which you can get at your local drugstore. It comes in a tube like this, and this is just kind of like a lipstick tube almost, and it comes out with a little wand. This is a cheaper alternative for concealer. Some of the more expensive brands will come in like tubes like this. This is just a really old one I've had for years. I don't use it anymore, but I thought I would bring it out to kind of explain. It looks like that. And usually with the tubes you'll use a concealer brush. Concealer brushes I recommend, but you don't always have to use them. You can use your finger to help blend them in. And the last kind I'm going to show you is the MAC Studio Finish Concealers. They come in little pots like this and they open up. So that's the different types you can get usually. Usually in liquid form. Obviously concealer, you don't want a powder concealer, it'll look weird and it won't work. So the different types of concealer that you would find. There's usually a warm version and a cool version. The warm version, which is just like refers to the colors they use, will help to cover up any like dark circles or darkness or bruising or darker things on the skin. The color in the warm will balance out the darker colors on your skin. The cooler ones are used to cover up redness or like acne or like any kind of naturally red spots that people get from being hormonal. Women always get red around the nose and in the T-zone, and usually around here. It's just part of our makeup. Not makeup like that, but like genetic makeup. So those are the two colors that you can usually find. You can also get concealer cut wheels that have like green and purple and all that, but that's more advanced. This is just the basics of concealer. You usually find them in a warm tone or a cool tone. So I'm going to explain these using the MAC ones. This is the first one I'm going to show you. This is NW20, which 20 is the skin color for my skin. It's the fair one. And then NW refers to the warmth. So it's going to look like this. And what the warm would do is I put it underneath my eye like this and kind of make like a triangle almost. Careful not to go all the way out here, because if you go all the way out here, all you're going to do is intensify any kind of fine wrinkles you have. You want to just cover where the circles are and kind of bring it down so it doesn't look like you just highlighted that area. You kind of want it to all blend in seamlessly throughout there. Now this is the cooler one. This is NC20, which is the same skin tone color one, only this is for for like red spots, for acne. When I break out, I put this on all over wherever I break out, and it helps to cover up the redness. Now what you can do with concealer is you can use your fingers, make sure you clean everything really well and you clean off your products so you're not like redistributing back any kind of bacteria. But you can use your fingers to pat it in and smooth it in and make it, seamless into your skin, or you can use concealer brushes. Now here are two different versions of concealer brushes. This is the MARC concealer brush from the MARC, and this is just a like paint brush looking one that I found at a makeup store a long time ago. But they both kind of have these really soft tipped brush that's really easy to pack on the concealer and to help make your skin look more natural but also more even and toned out. What was I going to say? I forgot. So when you're doing concealer, the idea is to cover up anything. Now if you have a bigger pimple or acne you're trying to cover up specifically and it's kind of big and protruding from the skin, what you want to do to help cover that up is you're going to use one of the cool ones, which is the NC20 that I showed you on the MAC. And what you're really going to want to focus on is putting it underneath the pimple. That'll help to kind of cover up the shadow that it would naturally hit, so it makes it look smaller. You're still going to want to put it on top, but you're going to want to concentrate most of the color on the bottom part of it and kind of blending that all into the skin. It'll help to camouflage the more protrudingness of the pimple. So that's kind of my recommendation for that. Concealer can be used to also help with the contouring of the skin. If you're going to want to use a light, bright color to contour your nose, like to highlight your nose if you're going to contour the sides. That way it's just easier than trying to put like a white powder on your nose. It's going to look less real. Concealer is meant to blend into the skin, so it'll give you a natural highlight where you want it there. Concealer you can also use on the eyes to contour. You're going to use a lighter concealer here and up by the brow bone for the highlight, and you use a darker concealer in the crease, and that gives you a very natural kind of like an eye makeup, but it's only with concealer. Then you would just put powder over it to set, so it doesn't crease or like form like a weird line in your crease. So those are kind of different uses for concealer that you can use and try out. So if you have any questions on concealers, let me know. This is the basics of concealer, different types you can find and how to use it. So I hope this is helpful, and I will see you guys very soon.